It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon. It feels good to be out here at Gwynwood. It's quiet. I've been thinking about all the times that I have spent out here as a counselor, director, working with kids. Leading worship, having retreats, playing. Such beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful memories. And I realize as I sit here, walk here really, on these very holy, sacred grounds, I sense it all. It's like it's all still here. You can feel it. There's something about a place where we intentionally focus on the sacred, whether it's through faith formation with children or through laughing and playing in the water, through prayers and vespers in the chapel. There's just something about it that remains no matter how many times people come and go. I'm excited because we're going to be here at Gwynwood Sunday again for our drive-in service. And the invitation still remains that you come and stay in your car, or if you feel comfortable bringing a chair and sitting outside of the car with your mask on, you're welcome to do that as long as we're practicing social distancing. And we'll also have the ability to sit a few around the campfire in 6 feet apart. I'm always excited to be back here, and it's really thrilling. There's something exhilarating about being together. I mean, the virtual space, we've been able to stay connected, and that's wonderful, and really connect in new ways with new folks who we wouldn't be able to connect with outside of this virtual space. But it feels really good to be in the same physical space, even if we still can't hug, even if we still have to wear a mask and maintain distance. It's just really great to be back in the sacred space, breathing the sacred air and the breath that comes from that. I wanted to share with you part of what I've been reflecting on this week is our lectionary reading for Sunday, which comes, the second reading, which is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 45. And there's this really beautiful line in there where it says, "The Lord declares, my house shall be a house of prayer for all people." My house shall be a house of prayer for all people. I've been thinking about this because we are living through some of the most, at least for my lifetime. In my lifetime, this is the most divisive time that I know. I know that we have faced as a nation, as a world, other really horrible, trying times. But today, this time, it feels more frightening and more divisive than any time I've lived through. I'm worried about our leadership. I'm worried about the tone that is set and the effect that it is having on people. A colleague of mine here in Olympia was just attacked in their own church building this week by a person who felt empowered to enter the building uninvited. The building wasn't even open. They happened, the clergy happened to be there taking care of a few things, and this person entered and verbally attacked, abusively verbally attacked everything about them and their faith. They were upset that their congregation welcomes LGBTQ people. The person was convinced that that was not of God, that God hates gay people, that God hates people who are not Christian, that God hates anybody that doesn't think the way that person thinks and sees the world. It's troubling. It's not new. There's always been homophobia, there's sexism, racism, all of those ugly, ugly isms in our world have existed for a long, long time. I've certainly felt it, experienced it, been on the receiving end many times. But what feels more frightening is that now it feels as if people feel emboldened and empowered to act out aggressively and nastily towards those that don't share their same views. So I'm here today at Gwynwood, in one of the most sacred spots I know in this area. To think about and reflect on Isaiah's words, that God speaking through Isaiah, God says, painting a picture, think about it, the people, the Israelites have been exiled, and they've been exiled for a long time now, and they've grieved. It's been so hard. They've lost everything. The world was turned upside down, their temple destroyed, taken into exile for years and years. Lost their freedom to fully embrace their faith, express their faith. They had to relearn and rethink God because it was all centered in the temple for so long, and now they had to learn and understand that God is with them wherever they go because the temple was no more. So in a way, there was a deepening of faith, really. But something else happened while they're all out in what we call the diaspora, scattered, the diaspora, living away from the faith community, living away from the center of it all, being in exile. They discovered new ways of understanding, new ways of living, new ways of being with those who they wouldn't normally be with. And now they're trying to come back. Now the exile is over and they can come back, they can return. And now there are all these questions of, should we just go back to the way it was? Let's separate ourselves out. Let's follow our rules and the laws of Torah. Let's go back. And God says, no. Remember, my vision, my vision, my realm, it's not going back. Something's been broken open. Let's go from here. Understand that in my world, my realm, God's realm, My house will be a house of prayer for all people. Do you understand? All people. There's no exclusion in there. It goes on, read the passage, it goes on to say, the outcast. It doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is not who's following your laws. I'm looking for who's living my covenant, God's covenant. The outcast who don't follow and live by your rules, but believe and have faith and worship God and live justly to create justice. They shall be at my table. They will be in my house. My house will be a house of prayer for all people. Jesus will go on to say very similar things, and we'll talk more on Sunday. So friends, in this crazy, crazy time, where it does feel like people are losing their minds and taking great liberty to be mean, let's not follow suit. Let's remember who we are. Let's remember who God calls us to be. And let's not forget that we should never use our faith as a way to bash or harm another. And stick by it. In my house, God says, in my house shall be a house of prayer for all people. All people. I hope to see you on Sunday. And if you can't be here, I hope to see you on Zoom or through Facebook.